Let me ask you something powerful today. Who truly has the most control of your life? Think about that for a second. Is it you? Or is it your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend? Maybe it's your boss at work, your job, your finances, trauma, fears, your past mistakes, or maybe even the opinions of strangers or the expectations of family. Because many people believe they are free while living under the control of everything around them. They wake up in moods caused by other people. They lose confidence because of someone else's words. And they stay stuck because someone told them they weren't enough. They remain in toxic places because they are afraid to disappoint someone. And without realizing it, they slowly surrender ownership of their own life. They hand over the keys to their peace, and they hand over the steering wheel to their future. They hand over their happiness to people who can barely manage their own. And that is one of the biggest tragedies of life. Because the truth is, nobody should have more control over your mind than you do. Not a relationship, not rejection, not pain, not criticism, not loneliness, not social media, and not failure. The moment something outside of you controls your inner world, you become a prisoner without bars. A bad text ruins your whole day. Someone ignores you and now you question your worth. A breakup happens and now you think your future is over. A setback comes and you stop believing in yourself. That's what happens when your power lives in other people's hands. Let's be honest, many adults are still waiting for permission to become who they were meant to be. Waiting for support, waiting for someone to believe in them, waiting for the perfect relationship, waiting for motivation, waiting for life to become easier. But waiting can become a prison too. Because while you're waiting, life is moving. Days are passing, years are passing, potential is fading. At some point, growth begins when you decide, I am responsible for me. My healing is my responsibility. My habits are my responsibility. And my future is my responsibility. That is when maturity begins. Now listen carefully. People can influence your life. A husband can encourage you. A wife can inspire you. A boyfriend can support you. A girlfriend can love you deeply. Friends can lift you. Mentors can guide you. But influence is not control. Never confuse love with ownership. Never confuse support with dependence. And never confuse guidance with surrender. Because healthy people add to your life. They do not become your life. Some people lose themselves in relationships. They stop dreaming. They stop growing. They stop building. They stop being who they were meant to be. Everything becomes centered around pleasing another person. And while love is beautiful, losing yourself is not. You can love someone deeply and still remain your own leader. You can be committed and still be disciplined. And you can be loyal and still have standards. And you can be caring and still protect your peace. Because if loving someone costs you your identity, the price is too high. Others are controlled by their past. Maybe someone hurt you years ago, and they still control how you trust today. Maybe failure embarrassed you once, and it still controls what risks you take. Maybe childhood pain still whispers lies into your adult decisions. But hear me clearly. Just because something happened to you does not mean it gets to own you forever. Pain may explain you, but it should not define you. Trauma may wound you, but it does not have the authority to lead you. Others are controlled by fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being alone, fear of starting over, fear of success itself. And fear is dangerous because it sounds logical. It says, wait, or it says, maybe later. What if you fail? Stay where it's safe. But safety has stolen more dreams than failure ever has. So what does taking control look like? It looks like discipline when you don't feel like it. It looks like saying no when everyone expects yes. And it looks like choosing peace over chaos. And it looks like building your body, mind, finances, and faith even when nobody notices. It looks like waking up and deciding, my mood belongs to me. My effort belongs to me. My growth belongs to me. And my next chapter belongs to me. That is power. Not controlling others, controlling yourself. Imagine how your life changes when no one can shake your center. Criticism no longer breaks you, rejection no longer defines you, and delay no longer discourages you, and loneliness no longer scares you. Why? Because your foundation is internal now. You don't need applause to move, and you don't need permission to grow, and you don't need validation to begin. You know who you are. And once that happens, life changes. So let me ask you one last time. Who has the most control of your life? If the answer is anyone other than you, today is the day to reclaim it. Take back your mind, take back your standards, and take back your peace. Take back your discipline, and then you will take back your future. Because no relationship, no fear, no mistake, and no outside voice should ever have more authority over your life than the person in the mirror. And that person is you. Control your mind, control your life. This is Rise with Lee. Real talk, real growth, real strength. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today.